Okay, the new engine has arrived. Here it is. Depending on how this install goes, I might go ahead and name who did this part, who did the rebuild on this engine anyway. This is a note that came with it. This is important for the timing chain tensioner, which is right here on these engines, so that it'll extend and create tension on the timing chain when you turn it, as designed. All right, this is good that they've taped up. They've taken some care to tape things up. In contrast to how I got this engine before, the block has been actually cleaned. It's been through a power washer. I forget what they call those. That's a indication tag, E-Pro, void if removed. Different, just lets them know that it's their engine, I would assume. And this is the problem I had originally. I ordered this engine without an oil cooler, and they used a block that came equipped with an oil cooler, which put this port in and this port, which the non-oil cooler block, which I happen to have here, actually does not have this. So they've got this shaft, and the guys have marked which way the oil flows, coming this way through this shaft into the oil cooler, which is here, through the oil cooler and back into the oil filter housing in this direction. Seems to me like we could just take this out and plug these up and not have to worry about it. But if you don't, and you put a plug here, no oil gets here, and then you have the problem that I had in video part 1. Otherwise, they've taken some care to tape these off, which is good, and it doesn't look like they've painted over all of the bolt holes. Some of them look like they've scraped off the paint where you're going to put your gasket seal here. The holes look like they've all been chased with a thread chaser, which is wonderful. It gets the paint out. And you see evidence of sealant here, and I think this is part of the block. That's probably factory, but this is where the oil pan goes on. And generally, this looks good. This head looks like it might be different, or they just didn't paint it with the same stuff that's on the block. When I originally got this, the whole thing was painted all one color, which no likey. Anyway, it's now ready to go for install. I got to put the water transfer, coolant transfer tube here and the thermostat housing here before I actually install this and get as much on it as I can before I put it in. Because this is the back side of the engine by the firewall, and it's really difficult to get to. If you got to change this water pump, you got to do it from underneath. So anyway, I'll let you guys know how that goes. Thanks and have a great day.